My name is Rick Sullins, and I'm from Central Valley, California. Well, me and my hot wife were looking for a hobby, and all of a sudden we just stumbled across a 29-inch Big Ripper. My son was telling me about that they started making them. We were riding back in the 80s on PK Rippers, and I finally found one and took off from there. When I was a kid in the 1980s, we raced BMX tracks and got my first PK Ripper, and then absolutely just fell in love with SE. And the Big Ripper is definitely my first choice. I also love the quads. Once me and my wife got into it, she kind of got hooked on it. We started collecting. We have one of the larger collections, and I have some of the really rare bikes. Some of the prototypes are my favorite. Some of the more rare, like the copper quads, and I like the stock ones. I like customizing them. I like after parts. I like all of it. When we were a kid, you couldn't afford a PK Ripper. I worked all summer long just for a frame. Now that I'm a little bit older and I can afford a few bikes, I've definitely went crazy on that. My wife is just as much into it as I am. She's bought just as many bikes as I've bought. We ride quite a bit at the house. We've got a crew, it's called Crew 180. It's a bunch of kids put together. We're a nonprofit Christian club. So bike life to us is the camaraderie. We've met people from all over the world doing this. Some of my closest friends. We get to travel all over the place. It's an amazing sport. We met Mike Buff. He was having a contest who had the best Mike Buff collection, and my wife entered that. Then all of a sudden they became good friends. Then me and him became good friends, and we've just spent a lot of time together. Mike's an excellent guy. Well, the way I look at bike life, my grandson's 3 years old, and he's on a push ripper, and all the way to where I'm 56 years old, and I'm still out here riding Big Rippers. It runs the whole genre, and the connections that you make and the friends that you make through it, and anybody can do it. I would highly suggest if you're thinking about it, come out and try this thing. It is amazing.